When I was able to lose fat and build muscle, I became a more healthier and happier and more confident version of myself. If you guys don't know me, my name's Riss. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, thanks so much for stopping by. Today's topic is going to be about how you can build muscle and lose fat at the same time. I did want to start off by saying that I'm not saying a specific body type is better than another one. If you're just looking to get healthier, you want to put on a good amount of muscle, you want to be a healthy weight, and that healthy weight is going to look different from person to person. That's the main thing I want to reiterate for today. The first thing I wanted to talk about is how you actually lose fat or lose weight. I have said this in a lot of my other videos, but I'm going to say it again. And to lose fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. So you have to be expending more calories than you're taking in if you want to lose weight or lose fat. That's how it goes. And so to be in that calorie deficit, you can either increase your calories out, so by doing more cardio, by expending more energy, or you can decrease that calories in value by basically eating less calories. So focus on eating lower calorie dense foods. Now, if you want to lose fat and build muscle simultaneously or at the same time, then that's going to require you putting in the work in the gym. And we're not just talking, you go in, you lift some weights, you leave, like, you know, yeah, that's a fun time, but you gotta really put in the work. You have to get in there with the mindset of you wanna build muscle, you wanna get stronger. You have to take it very seriously. You can't just go in, loaf around, do your thing and leave. You gotta really go in with a mission. On that car ride to the gym, you gotta be saying to yourself all the reasons why you're going in and what you hope to accomplish on your way out, and make sure you get it done. And since your goal is to build muscle and put on some muscle mass, you wanna be focusing on bodybuilding type or hypertrophy focused workouts. And what's really great about something when you're starting to build muscle is something called your basal metabolic rate, or BMR, begins to increase. So basically your metabolism is increasing. Your body is burning calories by you just sitting there doing nothing because you have all this muscle mass on you. So when your metabolic rate goes up, guess what? You're gonna burn more calories. That calories out number is gonna go up, and that's gonna help you get in that deficit to lose weight, or to lose fat. So they go hand in hand. As you're building that muscle, that's why the fat loss is going to occur at the same time. So that's how that works. So about these workouts, these bodybuilding type or hypertrophy focused workouts, we're just gonna keep it super simple. I know there's so many apps out there that you can do all these different exercises. There's so many different things you can do, but if you're just starting out, stick with the basics, keep it simple, because you're gonna overwhelm yourself. Just start out with doing some barbell work and dumbbell exercises. Start with those, and then as you get more comfortable with the barbell basics and stuff like that, you can start including some unilateral type work. You can do machine work, you can do cable, the cable machine stuff, all that stuff. Or some people on the other hand may start out with the machine type work to kind of get the movement patterns and then branch out to other things. But I recommend starting with those compounds, getting familiar with the barbell, so doing things like barbell rows, deadlifts, squats, bench press, things like that, because those compounds are gonna hit the most muscle groups at one time. So it's gonna really maximize your time while you're at the gym. You can even start the beginning of your workout with these big compounds, and then at the latter half of your workout, do more isometric of machine work, maybe some dumbbells, cable machine, stuff like that. So my recommendation would be just keep it simple, something you're gonna stick with. And then what you're gonna do is tailor your workouts to your schedule. So maybe that looks like working out 3 mornings a week or 4 evenings a week, something like that. And something to keep it really simple is focus on the rep range of 8 to 12 reps for every set. That's gonna be your hypertrophy rep range. And then the other thing is to focus on aiming to hit it each muscle group twice a week. You will absolutely build muscle if you stay consistent, you're putting in the work. So if you say you can work out 3 times a week, make sure you're actually going those 3 times a week and you're putting in the work. It's difficult. It's not meant to be easy. Those last few reps should be grinders. Like, it should be really burning to the point where it's like, it's actually painful. It is, but that's how the results come. So make sure you're choosing a weight that's heavy enough and challenging enough where you're not just mindlessly putting the weight up. It shouldn't be easy. It's not meant to be. Sometimes that burning sensation will literally make you want to cry, but guess what? That's how you're going to get those results and build the muscle. Another thing is log your workouts. Make sure to see that you're actually progressing. You're making the weight harder for yourself. Maybe you're adding in new exercises. You're changing things up. Eventually your body's going to get used to the same thing. You got to change it up. You got to shock it. You got to surprise it. And that's where the results will come. The next thing I want to talk about is I see a lot of people tracking calories, tracking macros. I never did any of that. That is so much work and so much stress where you're sitting there and at the end of the night you need to eat this many more calories. It's just, I don't like that. I like the whole premise of just keeping it stupid simple. That's the best way, and that's the only way, at least for me, that I would stick with something. I don't know about you guys, but as long as you have a well-balanced diet, you are eating healthy the majority of the time, that's what's going to be really important. Make sure that you're getting enough protein. You can't build muscle without the building blocks, which are amino acids, which come from protein. So you need that protein. Focus on eating nutrient-dense foods, getting your micronutrients in there, your vitamins, stuff like that. And bottom line is, if you're hungry, eat something that's gonna fuel your body. If you're not hungry, don't necessarily have to eat. So I never worried about tracking any of that crap. That's so much unnecessary stress. So just keep it simple. The very last thing that is very important when it comes to getting your body to where you want it to be, whether it's increasing muscle, losing fat, any of that kind of stuff, is making sure you have a balance. So if you are putting in the work and you're going to the gym, you're doing great, but your nutrition is shit, your sleep is shit, everything else is just horrible, you have a lot of stress in your life, you're not going to get those results. You need to make sure you have a balance and you're doing good in all the different aspects. Make sure that your sleeping's on check. I know that you're on TikTok scrolling until 3 a.m. Everybody does it from time to time, but it's not good. Make sure that you turn off your phone maybe a couple hours before you actually have to go to bed. Wind down, do something that's gonna actually get you tired. Prioritize sleep. I know it's hard. I've been there where I don't prioritize my sleep and I suffer the consequences for sure. So prioritize your sleep. Make sure your nutrition is in check. Make sure that you're planning ahead what your meals are going to be. Don't just grab a McDouble on the way to the gym. Actually take the time to, maybe that looks like meal prepping on a Sunday and having all your meals ready to go for the week if you're on the go during work hours or whatever you're doing. So plan ahead. All this stuff and achieving any kind of goal that you want, whether it's health, just anything, it's going to require planning ahead. You need to think about what has to be done and then actually execute it and do it, or else nothing's gonna happen. You can't just expect things to happen and go with the flow. You actually gotta plan that shit out, and it does take a lot of work, but nothing good comes easy. The other thing is make sure that you're balancing in your social life, work and school, whatever you have going on in your life. Make sure everything is balanced. You're really going to focus on having everything in check, decreasing your stress as much as you can, so you can really just, focus on your goals, focus on you, and you will get those results when you have a balanced lifestyle. You keep things simple. That's why in this video, I didn't want to go into like the nitty-gritties of everything, because that's going to look different from person to person. Never listen or follow to a T somebody's program, maybe like if you see an online program or Instagram workouts, yeah, those are great for inspiration. They definitely helped me, but everybody's own unique training style and programming is going to be different depending on what your body's like, what your goals are, what your schedule is, everything like that. So make sure you just take all this information. I more so want to give you a blueprint and a foundation of everything you need, and it's up to you to take your tools and build upon that. Just be wary of those kinds of things, because you need to listen to you and prioritize yourself. Last thing I want to close this off with is when your mind is feeling good, your body feels good. They have like a connecting loop thing going on. When body doesn't feel so good, mind doesn't feel so good. So focus on doing things that are good for your mind. Unlike comparing yourself on social media or things like that, that's not going to be good for the mind. Do things that are good for the mind. When the mind feels good, the body feels good, you're going to be more likely to have that self-discipline to take care of your body, to go to the gym and things like that. So just keep that in mind, that they are connected. I hope that you guys liked this video. I hope I was able to lay out a kind of foundation for you to build off of, to be able to stick with your gym goals, be able to build that muscle, lose the fat, anything like that, of just being your healthiest and best self. Again, that's going to look different from person to person, so keep that all in mind. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching to the end. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you guys have a killer day. Bye.